Shout out to the publisher/developer for sending a free copy so I could make this guide. We're going to get all the achievements in the game in around 10 minutes. As we start here, enter the first crime scene to trigger a cutscene and an achievement, then we need to begin grabbing clues. We will need to collect all the clues at every crime scene to complete the investigations. The first scene here has 10 clues to find, so we'll start by grabbing the wrinkled list on the ground and interacting with the 2 computer screens on the table. You interact with all of these items by looking at them and pressing the B button, and you can also run by holding RB. As we make our way around the room, make sure to grab the cell phone from the bed as this will trigger an achievement, and we can then continue behind the desk to In our office, an achievement should automatically pop for spawning in and looking out the window. Then we can interact with the investigation board and just want to move the first 6 clues into the first 6 locations on the board. Once that is done, you'll get a little cutscene, and then you can exit the room to go to the next crime scene. The second scene has 9 clues to find, including having a conversation with the witness who will be immediately to our right. Make sure to select both conversation options to count him as a clue, and then continue to the CEO's car. Just looking at it will add it as a clue, and behind the car is a grenade on the ground which we can also grab. From here, we can turn around to find a camera on the pedestal to the left. On the right is another pedestal with a maintenance list and the broken air conditioner. Ahead of those 2 items we can find an instruction pamphlet and a jacket near a staircase, and finally past the fence is the body which we just need to look at. Again, just follow along with where I'm going in order to grab everything in this area. Once you find the body, another achievement will pop, and we can return to our car to complete the investigation. Back in the office, an achievement will pop with the same name, and again we will need to organize the clues on the investigation board. Just like the first time, simply place them in order on the 6 spots, then exit the office to start the next case. Our third case only has 3 clues to find, but there are many other things to find and even some puzzles to solve at this location. As we enter, an achievement will pop, and we can look at the crashed car in the lobby. Then head to the front desk to notice the security alarm for another achievement. Interact with the phone on the desk to find the code to the security computer on the home screen, which is 5168. So enter that into the computer to unlock the elevator, which we will use to access the next floor. After our first elevator ride, head down the hall and grab the USB stick from the body on the right. Then bring it into the room to the right and plug it into the computer. We don't need to wait for it to download, so we can just continue with our investigation while that happens. In the other room on the floor, you will find the manager's body and a list on the table next to him. Once the download has completed, we can return to the elevator to reach the final. In this final floor, we need to complete a puzzle by pressing the buttons on the servers in the correct order. They are numbered, so hit them in the same order as I do, which is 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. This will complete the investigation, so return to the elevator after doing this to pop an achievement and return to the office.
Minerva has been found. Address.
One more time in our office, we need to do the same thing with our investigation board, so grab each of the first 6 clues and place them in the 6 spots on the board, then exit the office for the final scene. This apartment signals the end of the game, and it is important that we quit out at the right time to trigger the 2 endings of the game, each having an achievement tied to them, without having to replay the entire game again. So, first we're going to interact with the computer and unlock the door, and then we can head inside and start the conversation. During this conversation, we need to choose either all of the red or all of the blue responses to trigger an ending. Once all of our responses have been entered, we will get a couple of text boxes. Keep an eye out for the one that's labeled Conclusion. This is the final text box and triggers the end of the game and an autosave, so make sure not to press any button when that box appears. Instead, once your achievement pops, dashboard and quit the game, then load back in and replay the ending scene, choosing all the opposite color conversation options to trigger the other ending and the final achievement of the game.